to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish, and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. On the run, it's Durham. At the 35, he's open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, then he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. LSU. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. for a productive play on first down. Looking for space. It's Young. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. He just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Hurt Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Looking for a gap. It's Durham. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
The Tigers are flying down the field. Now on the option. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Unloads it left. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got room on the return. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Running back searching for a hole. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're scoring.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Easy. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Now on 2nd down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Trying to get to it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Running it to the right. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
What an unbelievable effort that time by the running back. Great vision and showing off his speed. And now with that big gain, he puts his head coach in a position where he's going to have to make a decision here what he wants to do on 4th and short.
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
I got to challenge my guys all throughout the week. When we get these short yardage situations, who's the bigger man? Who's the better man? Who's going to be more physical? These are the situations we practice all week. Challenge the manhood of the offensive line, and they come through in a big way.
Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the 2nd. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Quarterback checking off. Trying play action. Might be looking to run. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Through the defense. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Durham. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the option. The pitch. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game 1, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. This is a designed run. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Power football with the run.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. Off play action. Feeling some heat. Fires to the tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The Irish send out the punt unit. A low line drive and short kick. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Fair catch called for and made. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
To throw, it's Ncaa. They're trying, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And you can tell if the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, and I can be physical and really make him feel me. I think that'll always bode well in the 4th quarter game.
He'll ride his man on the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position, just as they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
And that is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making instead.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Right back to him on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Right back to the well. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. To the air, it's Holstein. He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Going up top. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. A fair catch just inside the 40. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. It's Holstein. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Give to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
Here come the Irish back on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Quarterback will audible. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Buys a little extra time. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
The end of the 3rd quarter. This is score LSU 21, Notre Dame 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They'll try to get it through the air. Can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away, but you're trailing here in the 4th quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He rifles one deep down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
They move the tight end all over. They'll throw it from the red zone. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He's right on target. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Off the play fake. Floating away. Lets it fly. And it's caught! Touchdown, Notre Dame! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're clawing and they're scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zero.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Sam Houston may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Huntsville every time. The Bearcats have been racking up road wins since the Ron Randleman days, and they get another one today. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Back to throw. It's Holstein. They're working that left side. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense looks as if it's coming. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Holstein. Unloads to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, what a play by the defense. They're trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll leave it with him. Running with power. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle, because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Cricket.
They'll run it from the gun. The offense coughs it up. And they're able to get back on top of the ball, but they are still in a world of hurt.
Well, the running back.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Lets it fly. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Irish!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do, just like practice. Knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And a little bit extra pressure on this extra point, but it's good, and we're tied. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Skips away from pressure. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And big pass plays like that are the product of an offensive line doing a great job in pass protection. That quarterback cannot read the coverage and get the football out of his hands to the open receiver unless he has time. So give this offensive line tons of credit up front for communicating and not giving up any ground. They are being so physical.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Firing deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Couldn't get anything done on 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I get it. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. I need to go out and make a play offensively. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to be on the sideline now after that interception. As a quarterback, I'm like, please, defense, please go out there and bail me out. Give me another opportunity to go take the lead and win this ball game.
The offense set for a first down play. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. They want to throw it. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Got rid of it just in time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
Quarterback adapting. He's going up top. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Those are the kind of mistakes that will absolutely kill you. Get an explosive play, and they bring it back because of a penalty. First and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to throw. That's caught. It's Williams. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Trying to run, it's Hurley. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
Here comes first and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Now, when I'm in OT and I start to get in this territory, I gotta be thinking touchdown. Like, what are my plays that I can go to now? I ran the football, I showed a little bit of conservativeness. Now I gotta take advantage of a shot out wide. What's my best go-to play in this situation?
A gut check on the doorstep. Third and goal here in overtime. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to barge in. And they swarm him under.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
Not even a thought to take the field goal. They're going for it on 4th and goal. Handoff to the fullback. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. The give to the tailback. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. All wideouts, no backs. Just going to keep it after the snap. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Might as well stick with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
And here we go, a field goal try to win it. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime.